Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. My name's Josh. Let me ask you a question. Let's say there's a guy, and in a drunken rampage, this man comes home and gets in a fight with his girlfriend. Okay, the kids are waking up, they're coming outside. He's really upset, he's super drunk, and he starts throwing metal stools at the wall at his girlfriend, and one of them hits his kid, and he gets arrested for domestic violence. Right? Does he get to be the next Bachelor? I don't think so. But that's not Taylor Frankie Paul's reality. She gets to become the Bachelorette after doing the exact same thing. Let's talk about it. Okay, so you guys know I hate mom talk. I absolutely think it's a part of our society that we inevitably had to get to in order to hate ourselves even more. Okay, when I watch that stuff and when I see them being idolized, I think send the asteroid. Okay, it's the culmination of influencer culture at its peak, and they're all being rewarded for being a bunch of dickholes. All of them. First of all, they all have the same damn plastic surgeon. They all go to the same damn hairdresser. They all have the same fake everything. Fake tits, fake ass, fake face, fake eyelashes, fake everything. They show a life that is unattainable. And then you got people like Taylor Frankie Paul, who has literally been arrested for domestic violence, has a felony charge against her for throwing a metal stool at Dakota, which we're going to look at today because apparently it's being memory holed by People Magazine and other things, okay? And we're not going to allow it to be memory holed. And you got people like Whitney Shitney Leavitt, who went viral. Her most viral moment, which she also is trying to memory hole, is her doing that stupid dance in front of her baby who is suffering from RSV at the hospital. Okay, they're trying, and they get here's the thing. This is the problem with TikTok. The most heinous assholes are the most famous on there. Just so you're aware. Okay, there's this new, for some reason, TikTok has become the rage bait capital of the entire internet, where you get rewarded very, very, very financially wealthy for making rage bait. And the whole new section of rage bait is people feeding their kids nothing but bullshit, doing their shopping hauls with 45 pizzas, 18 bottles of Dr. Pepper, and they're just rage bait. People are like, oh, I used to get $3,500 from EBT, now I only get $200. Everybody's doing it. They're creating rage bait, and it's the new thing. Okay, it's relatively new. Like on purpose. People used to make rage bait, but they didn't even realize they were making it. They were just standard hated. Now people want to be hated because it pays handsomely. Mom talk is full of assholes, okay, whose husbands hate them. And all they do is they made a reality television show, which I can understand why it's entertaining because it's a train wreck. It's just a bunch of assholes arguing and teenage drama amongst literal adult women, okay, whose husbands hate them. And so I understand why people like this. It's trash TV. Trash TV has always been popular. And I get why people watch it. And I've watched it and I've snarked on it. I watch it to snark on it, though. I don't watch it because I'm like, this is so good. Give me some popcorn. Let's mow some popcorn together. If you know, you know. That's not the case here, okay? I absolutely hate Montauk because Taylor Frankie Paul is the star of it all. And I hate that we live in such a world where if a dude did this, there's just no way he'd be rewarded publicly for this. He would literally be ostracized and hated, and should be. But Taylor Frankie Paul was rewarded for being an asshole, and I think that's absolutely atrocious. And I want to remind you what happened that night. And here's the body cam footage from Law and Crime Network. The police have already arrested Taylor Frankie Paul, and then they bring out Dakota to get his side of the story. And she's bawling her eyes out. F off, Taylor Frankie Paul. Go f yourself. You threw a metal stool in a drunken rampage while your child was in the room. First of all, you're arguing to that level while your child is around. You should have your child removed. Okay, I think that's when the CPS should step in, and you should lose all custody of your children if you're doing that in front of your kids. That is a popular opinion. That is not an unpopular opinion. Okay, I grew up in a world like that, and the trauma that I experienced as a child lives with me forever. Okay, forever. And if you're doing that in front of your kids, if you're having massive amounts of violent arguments in front of your children, do better. First of all, get help, because you are destroying your children's lives. And these women who are on these shows and men on these shows, your kid's going to have to live through your shame. especially Whitney and the stupid dance she did. Again, who's trying to memory hole it. But anyway, this is the long con video. This is what she did. I need to remind you guys because apparently it's trying to be memory hold because the networks don't want you guys to know this stuff. Then here's the thing: why are networks rewarding this woman? You don't see it. You'll never see it with a dude, and that pisses me off.
I can't even believe what just happened.
You want? Let's go look at your truck.
I'm just lost of words.
Mortensen explains Paul is going through a divorce, which may have led to her stress level. He also explains to police what led up to the argument.
That's what I was trying to explain. Is so she's going through a lot right now. With her divorce and stuff. I think that's just been really hard on her, and she hasn't done any therapy.
And that's a different relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that wasn't that long ago, so it's very fresh. So we got in a relationship really pretty soon after her divorce, and so that's why it's been hard.
And don't forget, the woman got divorced because they were swinging with their Mormon friends. They were literally cheating. They had rules put in place for swinging. Like, if you're going to swing as an adult, okay. I'm actually not going to judge you. If you guys are consenting adults and no children are going to get hurt in the process and you're doing what you got to do what you got to do, right? I've said that a million times. But even in that, Taylor Frankie Paul wasn't happy with that and still stepped outside of those boundaries to cheat, even though she literally was allowed to inside this whole little bubble of cheating world. So she's just a piece of shit. Everybody in this scenario is a piece of shit, by the way, in this whole thing, and still stepped out of that and still cheated. That's why she's getting divorced, by the way, everybody.
It's just been a lot, I think, for her.
Okay.
I think she's going through a lot. She's
The Bachelor. I'm gonna watch it to snark on it. But how are you gonna explain that? These guys are all gonna know what you did, man. It's gonna be a gong show. It's gonna be a drama fest, and she's not gonna find anybody, and it's not gonna last. It's only she's just doing it for a paycheck. So we know The Bachelor is fake, and the fact that The Bachelor is putting her in this, even though I don't know a lot about The Bachelor, even if it had any credibility, which I don't think it does, but if it did, it doesn't anymore. They're just doing this for the drama of it all. I hope she gets on there and a guy leads her on all the way to the end and be like, you know what? You threw a metal stool at your child. I'm not interested. Thanks, though. That's what I hope happens.
To where, it's hard for her, I think, to get help. She fights it.
So you guys come home. She starts getting angry.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that you're wanting to go home?
Yeah, well, I was trying to just take her inside. I was trying to help her in. I was like, let's go. You need to go inside. And I think she was saying something that she wanted to go party still. I'm like, no, you can't. And then I went inside because I was finally just she was not coming out. So I was like, okay, well, and she said her parents were here. So I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, I'm going to go.
Are they actually in there?
No, they weren't. It was, I don't know, her niece or something like that. I don't know. And so I went in there and was going to get them. I'm like, hey, Taylor's drunk. You couldn't get her or something.
Are they coming over?
No, they already left. They were house sitting for her, watching her kids.
Oh, okay.
And then,
also known as babysitting, while Taylor went out and get drunk and hammered and partied because that's what she wants to do. Taylor is a teenager. Okay, she is arrested developmentally at about 18 years old. She still wants to be a college girl. And you see any of her content, that's all she did. All she did was dance seductively in front of the camera while her kid wears a head-shaped helmet so it shapes his head properly, and she just laughs. All these women, they wanted to go viral for the most shitty things you could do as a human being. Okay, the Whitney thing, I feel like they wanted to. So Taylor did her thing where she danced in front of her kid that wears one of those head-shaping helmets. Because Whitney did it at the hospital, went viral for all the wrong reasons, but they don't care. They don't care that they're hated, right? And that's fine. It is what it is. But to be rewarded for being a shitty person is what gets me about this whole scenario. Okay, I'm not saying they're all shitty, but they're all shitty. Do you know what I mean? There are a couple extra shitty, though, in here. What's her face? Demi. It's not Demi. It's Demi. The one that starts all the effing drama. F off. If you watch these people, you're like, how do these people exist in adulthood? And I think we watch it because none of us are really like that. And if you are you okay? That's the thing. I don't even know if it's real, but if it is, holy cow. But even if it isn't, and they're just doing it for camera, it's also bad, right? There's nothing good about this. What has Mom Talk given? What have these women, first of all, if you believe in Mormonism, which you shouldn't, but if you do, they're representing that like the shittiest you could possibly represent it. So if that's what Mormons are like, no thanks. Even though Mormons are worse, by the way, in their theology. So that's wrong. Then they're representing womanhood and motherhood to the worst that you could be of all the people. So they're not good there either, because all they do is dance in front of a camera while their kids suffer. Okay? 3, they're just a bunch of dickholes anyway. Okay? They have not given anything good to the world except drama and tea that we can talk about, which I guess is something, but it's not good. There is nothing good that comes from these people. We are not better off as a society because of these people. And that's just, I guess that's the way humans are. That's our fault as a human society, I guess.
She kept flying in, and that's when she was like freaking out on me in front of them, and I'm like, whoa, what?
What was she saying?
Oh, crazy stuff. I don't know, I think she was like, I don't even know what she was saying. I don't know, something about her phone. She was going off about her phone, and then she chucked her
He's also lying.
phone at me. And then, oh no, she threw it on the ground. And then, I'm trying to think, damn, everything happened so fast.
When officers approach Paul again, she tells them she was so scared during the incident, she lost control of her bladder.
She's so let me translate that for you. She's so scared she pissed her pants. The translation is, she's so drunk she pissed her pants.
So I talked to
he pushed me into it. I reacted, sure. I threw it at him.
Via phone, Mortensen later tells officers that's untrue.
She had to pee.
She's saying that she was so, that's something that I would.
different stories.
Okay.
As far as tonight's concerned, based on what I've seen.
Anyway, you can go watch my video when I did it. I covered this whole thing. But her reward for this, next day people were following her when she was getting released and all that kind of stuff. Her reward for this, for getting a felony, for being arrested, all that stuff, was to give her more fame. Mom Talk was not going to go through. They were in talks before all this because of the drama with the threesomes and all that kind of stuff and the swinging. But it was like, we're not that interested. And then she got arrested, and then it was fully green flagged to go through with the recording. This moment of the lowest that she has ever been, and I'm not denying that this is a low moment for her. I don't think she did this to get famous. Okay, I don't think that this was her reasoning. I think she was going through a bunch of shit, and her kids suffered for it, and she shouldn't be rewarded for it, but was rewarded for it. I don't think this was planned by a PR firm to do this, but because this happened, everything got greenlit on Mom Talk, and everybody got famous because Taylor Frankie Paul is a complete and utter flaming wreck pile of garbage juice. That's what happened here. Okay, and she is beloved by the community. And every time I ask this question, like on this video with which we're going to cover today, Call Her Daddy, I asked the question, can someone answer this? If a bachelor had been arrested for domestic violence because in a drunken rampage he threw metal stools at his girlfriend and hit his kid in the head, would he be chosen for the show? Nobody seems to want to answer that question. Reverse the roles. And that's the okay, because you know these women who watch this shit, and it's 199.8% women, because I'm watching it to snark on it, okay? They would absolutely be up in arms if the man was discovered to have done the things that she has done. It would not be successful. They would not choose the guy. So why does she get it? Why does she get to be rewarded for it? And you too, Whitney, go f*** yourself. I hate you. So the other two bachelors, I forget their name. Whitney for sure. Whitney Shitney Leave It. She's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and I hope she goes down in the first round. I don't watch that show either. I don't watch reality television. I hate that woman. Okay, again, bringing nothing to the world except rage bait at the expense of her children, by the way, and her gay husband. Okay, that's what they do. They perpetuate, even if he's not gay. Okay, she perpetuates it because she knows it gets her more views at the expense of her family. None of these people are in healthy relationships, by the way. If Taylor Frankie Paul's honest about anything, and she's pretty open and honest about a few things. It's that she is a flaming train wreck in relationships and puts it on the internet, and her parents everybody's mad at her mom and dad for flaming her on the show. She deserved it. Sorry. This woman cannot keep a dude to save her life because she's a flaming train wreck, but at least she's honest about it. Whereas all these other women in these relationships and these marriages are in terrible, terrible relationships, especially with, what's his name, Zach? The ones that use the last name Affleck. They use the last name Affleck because Ben Affleck in the name. And so they use that. And their marriage is a complete farce and sham. The guy apparently, allegedly, gambled literally his entire tuition. Just gambled it away. There's video evidence of him going to Vegas when they were there, gambling all the money. Like he's a gambling addict. That you can't do that in the Mormon culture. Again, the way that they represent Mormons, I'm surprised the LDS church hasn't come out and said, they're not us, guys. Nope. But they're taking it because the name Mormon is in there and it gets out there no matter what. But if that's what Mormons are like, who the F would want to be a part of that? So, all that to say, she goes on Call Her Daddy, which I'm going to look at real quick here. I'm not going to do the whole thing at all, but hey, my little vacuum's going. That thing is awesome, man. I've had that Eufy L60 for a week now. It vacuums every morning at 8:30 a.m. Okay, and it vacuums the floor. There's not a spot of dust anywhere on that floor. Nothing. And we have a cat and 2 dogs. Okay, well, Gus doesn't shed, but June does. Oh, shit. Gus doesn't shed, but June sheds. And there's no hair anywhere. And no cat hair, nothing. And then it goes to this little tower and it sucks up into a vacuum bag. And for 60 days, it'll fill that up. And you can empty the bag out and put it back in. It's awesome. Anyway, I hate Call Her Daddy podcast. I think it's a piece of shit. It's a flaming pile of garbage. But it is one of the most popular podcasts in the world, which is why they get the big stars on here. It's Call Her Daddy. It's influencer culture again in a nutshell. And everybody's like, wow, you like Joe Rogan's the number 1 podcast in the world. Be like, oh, Joe Rogan. I also don't watch Joe Rogan. Okay. The number one, like there's great podcasts out there, and the number 1 podcast in the world should be like the good ones like True Crime. If you've never listened to Serial, listen to Serial. Okay. If you've never listened to Shittown, do yourself a flavor. Go listen to Shittown. Okay. There is amazing podcasts out there. This bullshit, it's a new talk show. That's all it really is. And so it took the place of daytime television. So we're going to look at this podcast over, it's a 1 hour and 10 minutes long, but I'm not doing that. But I wonder if she answers the question about the arrest and how she feels like she's being rewarded. Of course, she wears Crocs to the podcast.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is
a Daddy Gang.
Your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Daddy. It's like, the White Chicks movie. It's like that's the person trying to be like something they're not, the White Chicks. Dear Mr. I am a white woman. That's what that sounds like.
Taylor, Frankie, Paul, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
I think let's just get right into it.
Okay.
You're a bitch.
You are on Call Her Daddy, so we can officially announce that you are this season's Bachelorette.
Which is garbage, by the way. It's going to be a flaming pile of garbage. Don't watch it. The only way you're going to stop this bullshit, guys, is if you stop watching it. Stop watching it. You have a lot of power. Just stop watching it. If you don't want to perpetuate this type of behavior and this type of person and make them famous, stop watching it.
How are you feeling?
To be honest, surreal. It has not hit me. Like right now in this moment, I'm just thinking about it, and it's like, it's not real. It's not real. And it's not.
Well, you're saying real wrong.
I'm gonna be until I think the limo's pulling up, and be like, meeting the people. So nervous. How did I get here? Like in my head.
Here's how you got here. You're a shit ass of a person, and you were rewarded for it because you went viral for it. That's how you got here. But let's hear how she thinks she got here.
Like, how is this happening? That is my.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Well, I would also say, I think people are going to be so shocked and surprised for multiple reasons. Mm-hmm. First being that this was supposed to be the season of The Bachelor. Like, there's supposed to be a man that's sitting there right now that I'm announcing, and instead, it's you, which is the best surprise ever. But how...
Is it? Is it a good surprise? Okay.
Did it get to be...
I would like to know the people that have followed The Bachelorette, have been, it's super fans, what they think of this. Because I think that they're going to think this is bullshit. Because isn't the premise of the show, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm probably wrong, isn't the premise of the show not to get famous people and put them on the show? It's to actual people to find actual love? Which, again, bullshit. But isn't that the premise? Kind of no-namers that become namers? But bringing her on the show, everybody knows her past. She's not going to be able to lie about anything. So, okay.
Eat you.
I'll give my perspective. I don't know how that worked out in my favor, but I made a TikTok actually being like, because people are like, you should go on The Bachelorette. Obviously my relationship was not, it didn't work out, or it wasn't working out, and people could see that. And
to say the least.
You just, going back to
it could have been better.
I used to see like little side comments. So I made a funny video. And this was actually 3 years prior. I made the same video, but I was like, hey, I'm single. I think I'm looking for someone. That's what the TikTok's saying. I hope someone will take me. You know, I'm on probation. I'm also this, and all these things aligned that.
See? That's a flex for them. I'm on probation. That's not a flex. Why are you on probation, Taylor Frankie Paul? Tell the people why you're on probation, first of all. It's not just like you robbed a bank or something. You literally threw a metal stool at your boyfriend that hit your child in the head and you were arrested for domestic violence. It matters. That matters. If you were arrested for shoplifting at 7-Eleven, okay, funny. Okay, cool, I get that. We could be like, oh, that's what you got your felony for? But your felony was for being a violent asshole towards your children and your boyfriend, okay? Who the hell wants that in their life? So that really does matter, and that's being looked over. Because look at here in People magazine, I need to show you this. Taylor Frankie Paul says domestic violence arrest was worst night of her life. Now, this was done on September 10th, 2024, but a blessing in disguise. Police separate the two and one officer explaining the situation. Taylor's the other statement, Dakota. He tells police, she was launching those metal chairs at me left and right. She put a hole in the wall. I was actually a little bit scared for my life. Now, I went through this entire article and maybe I missed it because of my ADD, I don't know. But they don't talk about her hitting her child with the chair. They leave it out. They're trying to memory hole it because all of Hollywood is in cahoots. There is an effort to make sure that people don't remember that Taylor Frankie Paul threw a stool and hit her child in the head and was arrested for it. Like, they're just making it sound like it was just a fight that they had, but they do not talk about her hitting her child. And again, if a dude did that, what would you all be saying? It's the double standards that pissed me the hell off.
Actually, it's like a Lindsay Lohan TikTok.
I've seen it.
So, and then I literally was like, this is my Bachelorette, set it off. And then once I did, like, people started tagging like the Bachelorette, like, you should. And then I don't know if that got their attention or someone was like, yeah, maybe. And then it was a joke to me, like, unattainable.
It wasn't a joke. You knew it was going to happen. Shut the fuck up.
Right. I'm never going to be the Bachelorette, but I'll make a fun TikTok.
Yeah, and then I think, I heard there was some talking, and then it was like, we had a meeting, and I still didn't believe it until, like, I got the invitation of, will you be our Bachelorette? And I was just like, same thing, shaking, pacing back and forth. I was like, there's no way.
When they offered it to you, did you have any hesitations?
No, I didn't, because I'm a fame-hungry douchebag.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Talk to me about those.
I did. I guess going in my head, I'm like, okay, how do I make this work? I'm a co-parent. I have 2 baby daddies, not one. So I'm dealing with 2 different people, right?
Oh, and I was also arrested for throwing metal stools at my children.
My children and my home base is here.
See, that's what she's worried about. She's worried about that she has 2 baby daddies. She cheated on her first. She was with another guy she probably shouldn't have been with. Had a baby with him, even though the relationship was on the rocks throughout the whole thing. Okay? That's what she's worried about. You should be worried about that too, but the other thing too. Let's not forget the other thing.
Can I travel that long? Can I be gone that long? But then I'm also thinking...
Yeah, don't forget this woman has children. And she's going to be on a show for, like, what do they film it for, like... 2 months, 3 months, something like that. I don't know how long it's filmed for. 6 weeks. I don't know what it is. If it's more than a week and you're away from your children for more than a week, you're a bad parent. To pursue fame, to get away, like, and I understand a lot of people are like, well, if people go on, they go on the show and the other show and they leave their kids. Nah, man. Nah. This woman puts her kids absolutely last in every scenario of her life because fame matters more to her than anything else. And people who do this kind of stuff, they usually have a spouse at home that can take care of the kids. She's going to pass them off to her mom. That's what she's going to do. Because she's got a child with another man. He'll probably take care of half the time, and then the mom has to, because she's going to be gone for 6, 8, whatever it is, 2 months. Because all she cares about is fame. She doesn't care about being away from her kids. Who out there who is a good parent who loves their children can be away from your kids longer than a week without being like, oh my gosh, I need to be around my kids? 6 weeks? Come on now. Kids are going to forget who you are, and it's probably better off that way.
Inside, I'm like, I have the other 2 moms, that are in my group are doing Dancing with the Stars, and they brought their family out, but also they have their husbands with them. So for me, I'm like, is this possible for me to do, like, as a single mom? Can I make it work realistically, no matter how much I want this? And, I was like, I can. If
you can't, and your kids are going to hate you for it, and you deserve it.
If I want to, I can. You can do anything you want if you want. And it comes...
See? She's a selfish idiot.
Down to that. So I was just like...
Where's the dad in this scenario, too? Has anybody ever brought him in a podcast to talk about his... Or he's just like, F that, I don't want to talk. Probably what it is.
I make it work. I have a team of people that I don't think I utilize. Like, I can have them and, help. I can ask for help more. And I don't, usually. But
the time I'm going to ask for help is for I can get more fame. Right? Like, that's what we do. I think the help means, like, if you need to go to Target by yourself and have a Starbucks break. That's what we meant. We didn't mean 6 to 8 weeks while you go film and be famous on a train wreck of a television show, finding love, which you're not going to. You're just going to have more heartbreak and you're going to, like, it's going to be a train wreck, and that's why people are going to watch it. But I hope the true fans of the Bachelor series, whatever it's called, are up in arms about this. They're like, you guys are just, this is fake. It's all going to be fake.
I came to a point where I cannot do all of this alone. So, I hired on my family, assistant, nanny, and I was just like, we're going to do it.
And I think she's on her 4th boob job too, by the way.
I mean, it's such a
And she did that for the show.
huge opportunity. And I also recognize that the double standards of being a woman versus being a mom versus being a man and versus being a father.
Yeah.
Do you understand the double standards? But you ignore the double standards of why she was arrested. Nobody wants to ask this question because they're not allowed to ask this question. That what's her face here, call her daddy, loses so much credibility because she's actually not allowed to ask the hard questions, right? Because the hard question would be like, hey, do you think this would be okay if a guy did what you did? Because that's the question I want answered.
Like, the dads get to just go and everyone's like, oh, he's like thriving. And if a mom ends up doing something for herself, it's like,
no, because Taylor just never does anything for herself. Yeah. See, and that's what's wrong with influencer culture right there. That's what's wrong with it. The mom just does something for herself. No. Taylor's entire life has been for herself. Okay, maybe it's time to switch it up and make it about your kids this time. But no. It's about, no, you can do something for yourself. No, man. Everything she's done is for herself at this point. So spare us all.
The double standard of, like, you're such a bad mom. How could you do
She is a bad mom.
this? So I do appreciate you sharing that. Like, there's like a lot of conversations that had to be had.
I hate this bullshit, man. It makes me so angry as a regular person to hear people just speak like this. And like, you just do something for yourself and you have so much hate. F*** off. Again, how do you say that to Taylor, Frankie, Paul when everything has been better about herself? Everything is about her being a selfish twat. Every single thing. Okay? Again, the rule, the exception would be for her to not make it about herself. Okay? Because the rule is it's all about Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
In order for you to think about taking this journey with yourself, because it also involves your family.
Yes.
What was your family's reaction when you told them?
Also, I think very, shocking. It took a minute.
My mom says you're a douchebag for doing it. And if the mom was smart, she'd be like, I'm not watching those kids. You take care of your family. It's no longer about you. And again, when influencers get out there who have parents, who are parents, and other people are like, it's okay to be self-care. And I'm not saying there isn't anything wrong with that. But these people who do it, who are influencers in this space, it's always only about themselves. Their entire life is about themselves. The kids always come second. And then they get out there and be like, take care of yourself, mama. It's okay to be selfish. It's not okay to be selfish. Ever. Okay? Selfless, yes. Sometimes it's okay to take time for yourself as parents. And I was saying that, but that's not being selfish. But they'll say that, right? It's not okay. When you have children, everything changes. I think we can agree on that.
For people to actually, is this an idea or are you getting it? It was the same thing. And I think once we saw all the roses and whatnot, then it was like, oh, and they're all excited. My mom was like, I think this is a great opportunity.
No, I don't think your mom said that.
This is something so new for me because obviously I got married young, divorced, and then the first guy I met was
cheated, divorced.
So I have not done the whole meeting new people at the same, dating at the same time.
You're not meeting new people. It's a television show that is written. Okay, reality television show that is scripted beyond belief and edited to make it seem like something. You're not actually out there meeting people. These men are trying to win fame. They're not trying to win your heart. They're trying to gain their own followers. The only reason anybody goes on these shows anymore is for fame. It's not for love. Because you're not going to find it, Taylor. Because you're the problem, it's you. Okay, it's not going to happen. So spare us all with this bullshit. I don't get out there and this isn't getting out there either. If you're just lying. You're doing instead lies the whole time.
You know how the Bachelor works. You're dating, right? Several people. And so
at once, yeah, like everybody does. We date 12 people at the same time, right? You do that, everybody, right? Yeah.
I've never done that. So that will be new to me.
You never had a roster?
No.
You're gonna have the biggest roster?
No.
Is it
that's it.
Is it string 2 yet?
No, how do people do it? That's what I've been asking. Because I've been asking guys, how do you guys do it?
I'm in a bad mood today because these people put me in a bad mood. It's their fault.
Yeah, I know you guys date girls, and I've had flings, sure, when I was younger, but I'm like, this is different. Do you not feel bad? That's gonna be really hard for me to make hurt people's feelings. What if you do two people?
It's gonna be fascinating to watch, and I think.
Yeah, it's going to be a train wreck, and I'm going to snark the shit out of it.
Something that we're all very
on what's it called? What's the other platform I'm on that I'm allowed to actually do that on that show? What is it called? Anyway, I have another platform that's a free speech platform that you're allowed to do videos about, and I can do these and I don't get copyright striked. They don't, because they don't care. I forget what it's called, but I do that on there.
excited about is you are the first Bachelorette in the history of the entire franchise to be coming from not the franchise. Like, you have not been a part of this. You're coming in fresh. You have no experience with this format. Like, what do you think is going to be the biggest adjustment for you?
All of it.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen the show. I've seen some, I know the Hannah Brown and like Colton. I've seen more like, I would say, the more recent years, but I am not a reality TV girl. So I don't watch reality TV. So when people are talking about all the huge stars that
She doesn't even watch the show.
people know, you probably know all of them, and I'm like,
It's new to
I don't know
you.
who that is. Like, sometimes I'm on a billboard and I don't know who I'm next to, besides like Kardashian, which I haven't watched reality TV. So it's not like anything against them. I like to leave my reality. My life.
She just dropped. Sometimes I'm on a billboard and I don't even know I'm next Kardashian. Shut the f up, Taylor. Shut up.
Kind of crazy. So I like to watch the scripted of where I can like leave, where I live reality TV, right? Like, that's my life. Cameras are not, is chaos, as you guys, some people have seen.
No, you put it on for the cameras. Stop lying.
We've all seen it. But I also think
Taylor Frankie Paul is the Bachelorette.
I just was telling you that.
What the heck?
I just sent it to you.
I'm doing the video right now.
Okay.
Okay, hear me out though. You watch it.
Like, did she not just go to like jail?
Yeah, she has a felony for throwing metal stools at her boyfriend that hit her child for domestic violence. Tell me this. If a dude was arrested for domestic violence for throwing chairs in a fight and hitting his child, would he be the Bachelor?
No.
Exactly.
Everyone would be up in arms. 2 of the mom talkers are now
On Dancing with the Stars, which is why she was going to do it too, but they...
because it's in this moment.
I hope that the Dancing with Whitney leave it. I hope she gets out the first round. I hope she breaks her ankle.
That's nice.
See my wife? She's like, that's not very nice. My wife thinks it's disgusting, guys. What is that? See? She does not agree with it. And she's underdog fighter forever. Even she's mad about it. And if my wife's mad about it, be stepping.
something that I think is exciting, and when you're saying that, is that exact fact that you aren't familiar completely with the format. And I think what I am excited for you and ABC to do is like, let's lean into that, right? Like, let's see these moments where previously people will be like, well, I was a contestant and I know how to act on a group date. And now when
Why does she have a bunch of cards? What's your favorite color? Shut up. Get out of here with this bullshit.
I'm the Bachelorette or the Bachelor, I know how those things go. You're going to be like, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm just going to go by what I feel, which I think is another part that's going to really excite people and make the viewing experience different.
No, people are going to watch it for a train wreck. They're not watching it for like, I hope Taylor finds love. That's not why they're watching this shit. And you know it, Taylor knows it, the producers know it, and the audience knows it. So stop insulting her intelligence.
Like, I don't have notes of like how this works or what, because my friends have seen it. We were practicing a rose ceremony and they're all there they're pretending to be the men, and I'm
Friends.
like, okay, William.
If those are your friends, who needs enemies, right? Demi. Or what's the Macy? I think it's Macy, the one that stirs up all the drama but gets away with it. She's Macy. That snake in the grass. Ooh, she's a snake. Demi. I think I saw it on the Reddit thread that Demi apparently is going to be crying in her Cheerios over this or something like that. I like to see it.
I was literally practicing and I was giving, she's like, no, you don't do that before, you like do that after. And so I was like, okay. And like,
You're going to be like, what's your name over there with the black shirt? Yeah, you get a rose?
Shut up!
the blue eyes.
Get over here.
I'm like, is there a name in here? Like, I don't know. That's the thing, is I don't know. And I know like some, but not to the extent of like my friends. They knew what they were doing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna ruin it. Like,
You're not going to ruin it. You're going to make it your own. And I think that
No, she's going to ruin it. And I hope it does ruin it. I hope it takes the whole show down. I hope she is the downfall of this bullshit reality television. That would be awesome. Wouldn't that be great? Then I would do a good video about you, Taylor. I'd be like, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for your service to the world. We needed it.
that's why this season, like, the world is about to freak out when they find out that you are officially the Bachelorette.
I've never seen Dancing with the Stars, but I might watch it to see her fail. Whitney, shitney leave it. I might watch it to see her fail. But the thing is, I don't think that they're gonna let her fail. She's one of the most famous ones going on the show right now, and it's all being talked about because of her. And they're not gonna let her fail. It's all written. Don't forget, guys. If you think reality television is reality, I have a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. It's like $50,000. Okay, I'll sell it to you for $50,000, half of what I owe Mindy Minks. Okay. Because it's not real. None of it is real. It is all scripted. All of it. Meant to squeeze the last bit of drama and the last bit of entertainment out of it. And the entertainment is always the drama. It's never like a talent makes it. It's always the drama.
I do have to ask, because obviously people are obsessed with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I am obsessed.
Can we confirm you are still going to be on that show?
Yes.
We're doing both.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's getting paid millions.
Your fame has been such a topic of conversation with the other women on Mom Talk throughout this entire ride. How do you think being the Bachelorette will impact those friendships?
They will be jealous bitches.
I would think.
Well, you don't do that. It hurts.
Sorry, just think about CMA, but like.
You're like, you're going to go for a PR answer, like, I think they'll be happy with me. And then I'm like, bitch.
No.
Bitch.
Okay, learning lesson for all of us. I will say, including myself in that moment, I was a little upset within the 24 hours. We've already discussed that. Okay, enough. But I think most of them are going to be happy for me and support me.
No, they're not. None of them are going to be happy for you and support you. Because the entire show is you guys talking behind each other's backs and starting drama. That is your friendship. Just starting drama. Let's go to Swig and talk about each other. Macy's always in every group that's talking about each other, starting fires. That's what the whole show is. The whole show is literally drama. It's never like, let's get together and just have a coffee and like go for a walk in the forest. It's never that. Okay, it's always like, who said what? Let's confront her. That's your friendship? Come on, man. Oh, I hate reality television. Unless it's Survivor. That's good. Big Brother's pretty good too, actually.
I can't speak for everyone and what they actually truly think. You know, you never really know. But I think we're all kind of doing our own things. And so that's nice that everyone's getting their own shots.
They're not. Only 3 of you are. The rest don't deserve it because you're like dry pretzels.
So then you could be like more of like, it's not just
but apparently Demi is gonna be like, where's my star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's, you know what, it's over there in that toilet in the porta potty that the homeless needle users use.
Oh, her. And so I love that 2 of our girls Dancing with the Stars. I'm so excited. I want to be at their first show. I've been so like, I wanted that for them because they wanted it so much. And I like when they both got it, it was amazing. And then obviously
No, it wasn't.
Have Macy with her book tour coming up, and she's gonna be doing that, and probably other
book tour. Macy wrote a book. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great book.
Things that are in the works.
Things to do when you're in a Mormon culture, swig, getting your hair blown out, yeah, and what else do we do? We wear pants, yeah, and we do thirst talks. It's my book. What's Macy gonna write about in her book? Which one's Macy anyway? I'm not even gonna Google it because I don't care. Macy wrote a book. Like what?
That I might not even know about.
Wait, so have you told them that this is happening?
Yes.
All of them?
I think, yeah, most of them. Yeah, I think almost all of them know. Yeah, all of them know.
And did anyone give you a not so positive response?
No.
Shit.
All positive?
All positive. They're like, everyone was like, this is exactly like what you need.
And the reason they're all excited for this is because you're going to blow up on television and it's going to be a gong show. And that's why they're like, yeah, can't wait to see you fail. That's why they're excited.
And I think it's more so like, get out of the cycle you've been in. Like, obviously I've been kind of repeating the same things, and it's just like...
Yeah, this will help. Getting in terrible relationships with douchebags, this is definitely going to help that. Yeah, no, totally. Because the producers aren't going to choose the most toxic assholes for you so they can squeeze the most drama out of it. That's definitely a thing that's going to happen. Come on now.
Uncomfortable. It's unknown. But do it, you know?
She doesn't get to choose the men that are going to be on the show, by the way. So the producers are going to choose men that are going to literally pull drama out of this. That's what they're going to do. They're going to make... She's going to end up way more miserable after this. Richer, for sure. But way more miserable. My gut tells me that, and I'm rarely wrong. Rarely wrong.
I don't think anyone's going to be having side group chats about this.
I mean, I won't. I can't say, but
yes,
I don't know.
They all have side chats. And is it Macy? Wait, no, it's the one that causes all the shit. She's in every side chat.
I don't know. I guess we'll see on whatever season we'll be on. You know, like I don't know.
Fair. I can't believe I finally got.
Shut up, Stofers. You gotta be kidding me right now.
Freaking out when you they thought soft launched this relationship with this man. What is going on, Taylor?
Okay, so
the whole thing is that she's soft launching a new guy while she's about to go on Bachelor.
Here's the thing: it's me. I do curveballs all the freaking time of being like, what? Huh? And I know that's people's reaction.
She's lying right now, and I can tell. Everybody can tell. So she, before she got The Bachelor, was hooking up with another guy, and she was soft launching him on her social media. But now that she got The Bachelor, bye-bye, dude. And I hope he speaks up about it.
The freaking point. And it wasn't a soft launch, whatever. I've met the guy twice, and so
See, she's diminishing it.
it was funny. I thought it was
No, she's lying. She's a terrible liar, by the way. Terrible liar.
ABC is literally like, code red, what is she doing? They're probably like, wait, what's
no,
going
they
on?
did. They right? They're like, wait, so
So if you're gonna be on the show, make sure you break up with this new guy you met. Okay, will do. Can you? So tell me that's like she. It could have been the guy, right? Maybe it's a guy that is actually good for her. Could have been that, but because she got a television show where she needs to be single to go on it, they force her to break up so she can go into. And you guys think that that's not selfish? Okay, gotcha.
I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like I do this all the time.
I'm like, shit.
I like to know. I like to just like, what's going on? Like I'd like to confuse people. It's fun and
No, you're lying.
it's entertaining. I don't know. So I guess I didn't really think that one too much through because I'm like. But, and then I said, and I was like, okay, I can understand how this looks, but to be honest, I'm going to be honest. I've met him twice. Likeable guy, he's great. Are we official? No, I don't know the guy, right?
So then why are you talking about it?
Yeah, or is it a relationship? Nothing along the lines of like people soft launch. Like
She has to do this. She had to go on this podcast to say this because she launched it before she got the show. And so ABC is telling her to go on this podcast, and this is the lies that they told her to make up. I hope that guy comes out and talks about it because and maybe they just paid him off too. I don't know, but I hope he comes out and speaks about it because she's just lying right now. She's trying to get ahead of it because it's fraudulent to put her on the show when she's in a relationship. It's fraudulent. It's about fame. The show has to protect its status of being real, which it's not. And if you think it is, damn it, you're dumb.
I don't know him, you know.
So why do we?
Oh, you don't know him. So then why'd you put him on
Post
this?
a photo of him.
Yeah.
Well, I said it wasn't real. You didn't know who it was, really. So like,
So you didn't know him, but you post him on your massive following. Okay, we believe you. Do you? And here's the thing: some people will believe her because they're that stupid.
You're on the internet though. They like sleuthed so hard and they found him.
I didn't know it would be like FBI work like that. I was like, oh shit, okay. But it doesn't matter. It's the same story. Like he's a great guy. He's nice. He's like respectful. And I wanted to
And I didn't want that. And I took offense to that. I don't need no respectable guy. You think God's Taylor Frankie Paul? I threw a metal stool at my child and got arrested for it. You think I'm looking for a good guy? Do I have news for you? I'm not.
I wanted to date a little bit before, and that's the point. It's like I haven't dated. Like I need to get back into it. And
Do you?
Don't people date before they go on a dating show? That's the point.
Yeah.
And so,
No. The whole point of the dating show is because you're not dating, right? the lies. They're not even good. Who's your team? Fire them all.
And so you guys just had like a summer fling situation.
Not even. It's so. I don't think people know how like recent this is.
I don't know him. I don't even know him. Okay.
Okay, wait. Where do things stand between you guys? Does he know you're going on Bachelorette?
Yes. Okay. So he's not from Utah. He's from a different state. And so I was like, hey, I don't know you. You don't know me. We seem like a good vibe. Come visit.
Wait, how did you meet him?
You don't know him, but you told him to come visit you when you have children? Okay. That doesn't sound murdery. Look at the lights coming out of this woman's face hole.
Okay, at TikTok Live, he was singing and playing guitar. And he doesn't normally, I don't think it was like new to him too. So I was like, dude, this guy's got a voice. And I've never sat and watched a TikTok Live really, nor do I write on them. Okay, so I was the one who was like, you have a really good voice. Can you play this song? And he's like, oh, hey, Taylor. Okay, get this. It's actually a fun story right here. So
she's lying.
You can't go in, when you're on a live, you can't look at people's like who they are technically. You can see the name. So I was like, that's a good song, blah, blah. He's like, hey, Taylor, like, where are you from? And I was like, Utah, Mormon state, blah, 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 like teasing. And he's like, oh, yeah, my ex-girlfriend used to watch that Mormon wife show, or the Mormon wife show. And I was like, oh, I made an appearance in it one time. And he was like, no way, you did? And so I was like literally just like teasing him.
Shut up.
And then he ended up looking me up after the fact and probably was like, oh, she was just like totally bullshitting me. And he was like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, so he flew out. You guys hung out twice.
Yeah, it's only been twice.
Okay.
Only twice. Again, she's lying to you. She has to like mitigate this, and I hope he comes out and I hope he tells his story because she's lying. Even if she's not lying, the fact that she was meeting a guy, flew him out to Utah to meet her and do things probably, but then gets the show and immediately breaks up with the guy so she can go on a show to find not love anyway. Like, again, ew, that's gross.
How would you feel if he showed up though?
Okay,
this season?
Going back to your original question, like I did tell him, I was like, when he got here, I was like, oh, by the way, I'm doing the Bachelorette, and he was just like, oh, like that's like there's no feelings there, so it's like cool.
Yeah, no, I definitely fly people out too when there's no feelings.
And then he
totally cool.
He was like, oh, I was like, would you ever do it? The next time he came, I was like, would you ever do that? Come on. And he's like, I don't really want to date on like reality TV. Like he's just like a good soul. And for me, all my
The lies are so bad too. They're so bad.
I was like, green flag. The fact that he didn't hop onto that.
Right. That he wasn't like, ooh, sign me up, tell the producers to put me on.
So it's a green flag to not want to go on a reality dating television show. That's what she's saying to you. Green flag, he's such a good guy. Says the woman who is about to go on a reality television show to date. You can't make this up. Oh my gosh, these people. How are they famous?
Yeah, it was like, he said, go do your thing. You know, if you meet someone, we weren't meant to be. And if not, like, maybe I'll be here. And I'm like, oh.
This guy, the reason there is one chair in a hotel room is because of that guy.
Oh, you're like mature.
Okay, I can't help but be like, why do I want him to like come halfway through and crash the season and show up?
Okay, so I did have that thought. I was like, okay, so he has all these like these high. So at least I know that there's a good guy there, and it's like maybe.
Oh my gosh. The selfishness that oozes from this woman needs to be studied by science. So she's like, I'm going to go on the show, and if I don't find love, I've got this one guy waiting for me just in case that I was sort of dating but broke up to go on the show. But he's there waiting for me. I hope he's not. And what do you, like, did you researched her and you're like, yeah, let's date? This woman who threw a metal stool at her boyfriend in a drunken rampage and hit her child and was arrested for domestic violence. You're cool with that? Maybe you're dumb too.
I do meet someone and that wasn't meant to be, but like, let's just say I don't like anyone, because I asked that. I was like, well, what if I don't find someone? Like, how does this work? Like, do I... Like,
you're not going to find anybody. They have you on the show for the drama aspect of it all. They know it's going to be a train wreck. They need the ratings back.
If you don't find someone, you don't find someone. That's that. And so...
You got to pick somebody. The whole damn show is literally about you picking somebody.
If, let's say, we're down the line, I'm like still not feeling it, then I was like, would you be open to it? And he's like, if it's at the very end and you still had your mind on it, then yeah, I'd be open.
No, because unless I'm wrong, and I can be wrong because I've never seen the show, can you just not pick anybody? I guess, right? You can say at the end, I don't like anybody. Is that actually a thing? Let me ask Rock. Yes, on The Bachelorette, the lead can choose not to pick anyone at the end. While rare, there have been instances where the lead decides not to get engaged or pursue a relationship with any of the final contestants. For example, leads like Jen Sheft, season 3, and Claire Crawley, season 16, did not end up with any of their final suitors, either by rejecting proposals or choosing to leave the show early. Oh, okay. The decision is ultimately up to the lead. All right. She's not lying about that.
I think that what's exciting for you, Taylor, is like you just said.
But the premise of the show is to find love.
Because I've been there. When you have only had like 2 serious relationships, truly, and you get out and you have the mindset like, I'm about to start dating, at first it's terrifying. Because understand.
How do you know?
We're all our own worst enemy, and we're like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so awkward, and like, how do I like flirt, and how do I be cool, and whatever. But then when you start to find your groove, it's like fun, and you actually enjoy yourself, and then you start to be like, wow, I have these options, and I can, do whatever I want to do. And so as much as it's exciting with him, I love that you were like, I just realized there's a nice guy out there that has like green flags. What a concept. And I have a feeling that when you get...
And so Taylor, Frankie, Paul's solution to finding a guy with green flags is to dump him to go on a reality television show over a bunch of guys.
To the mansion, you're going to find a lot of those, and you're going to be like, wait a second, this is what it's supposed to feel like. I should be courted. I should be treated well. I should have all these great experiences.
I should make out with 12 guys at once.
And I'm excited for you to experience that. Yeah. So yes, we like him, but I think it's going to be exciting to also see how many other guys you end up liking.
Yes, and I also...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and another guy, I was like asking for...
But again, they're only going on the show for fame. So... Once you realize she looks like this girl, you can't unsee it. You cannot unsee it. It's so true.
Advice from him, he's just like, you don't have to be so quick to close. Like, it's like there's like this timeline, like, because he was gonna take me out on a date and I met Dakota, and then he was gonna take me on a date now, and then he thought like, are you dating people? Like, he's like,
wait, this guy's pre-Dakota? What? Did she just drop that?
Why is it so fast in the closing? And I'm like, that's a good question. He's like, ask yourself that and make them work for it. Like, make them work for it. Like,
and do you not have to work for it either, though? Yeah, and this is what's wrong with influencer culture. And they are influencing many, many, many young women. Make him work for it. How about you both work for it? Can you say that instead? It's equal. 100% each gives a great relationship. If you each put in 100%, you're going to have a great relationship. Make him work for it. I don't have to do anything. Look what he gets. What? Make him work off.
Oh, them. And if they like you and you're dating other people, then they're going to step up their game.
Excuse me? Maybe I'm old-fashioned. So if I date other people and he's like, you're dating other people, I'm going to step my game up. Here's what you should do is you should step your ass out of there. Be like, I thought we were in a relationship. No, I'm dating other men. Maybe you should step your game up. Maybe you can go f yourself. That's what I'd say. Be like, bye. Are you kidding me? Again, this is what's wrong with influencer culture today. This is the mindset that men and women are dealing with inside of this culture and are being influenced by. Women are being influenced by women influencers to be like, he has to do all the work. He has to make this kind of money. He has to be this kind of height. He has to do this, that, step up his game, be all this and be all that. And then when men dare to ask the question, so what do you bring to the table? And they say, me. And we don't accept that as an answer. We're bad. We're misogynists. How about this? How about we go back to the way it was, where two people meet and bring 100% into the relationship and fight for each other and fight to make it the best thing possible? How about that? No, it's always one-sided with these assholes, and you wonder why you can't find love, Taylor. It's a mystery beyond the stars.
You just mentioned Dakota. Let's talk about your ex, Dakota. You're like, did I say that?
It was eventually going to come up, let's be honest.
A huge storyline of Secret Lives was your relationship with your ex, Dakota, this past season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming going on The Bachelorette means that you two are done for good.
Yeah. Yes.
They were done for good before they started.
It's over. And we'll see that play out.
Okay.
Yeah.
You imagine saying the words, we'll see it play out on reality television. Imagine saying those words. I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired.
Made the final call to end it.
I did.
So you officially think it's over with him?
I don't think. I know.
Okay.
Yes.
When was
You're both better off.
last time that you guys hooked up?
Ew, what kind of fucking question is that? Like, again, really? A guy would never ask this question. A guy with any salt, any worth his salt, and a guy with any dignity. Again, is this what... She's the most famous woman podcaster in the world, and these are the questions. Off. That's none of your damn business.
Let me think on that one, actually.
So...
You're like, Alex.
It's like sweating. Like,
so she's admitting to you that it's done. When's the last time you got? Well, I don't want to tell you that because it was yesterday. Come on.
Like, is this call or daddy? Where am I? What happened?
No, I can't remember at the top of my head, to be honest.
Stagecoach?
Oh, yeah, that might have been maybe one after.
Ew, you're gross. I think I'm blocked. I post a comment, but I don't think you guys can see it. I don't think they talk about the arrest, and I don't want to watch this whole damn thing. It's making me angry.
Maybe one after.
Maybe one after.
We're definitely over though. But I keep hooking up with them.
After.
Yeah, okay. Again, it's been very confusing, if I'm being honest, and I did want to end up with him. That was no secret to anybody. It still isn't. It wasn't a secret, and I'll always admit that to whoever asked me, did I love him? Absolutely. I had a baby with him. I wanted to be with him.
No, you didn't.
But he
was a rebound.
Did not work out. There were certain things that were forever closing for me.
The arrest, maybe? Throwing stools?
And again, everyone will see that, and I can't speak on that yet, but it closed the book for me, but it was really hard to let go. That was a hard pill to swallow, that I can't be with you now. And like, there was no pain like it. I will say that was one of the hardest, this last summer was one of the hardest.
I don't care.
Was hard. Oh, like it is like, I wanted this, like it.
Or being like, okay, I'm just gonna tell them. And we've all been there, so you almost can't judge yourself, because that just means like you still need a little bit more closure, and that's okay. And a lot of times I actually really believe it takes finding someone new.
Yes.
Because when you're just still in that rhythm, it's so hard to be like, okay, so now I'm just gonna...
Isn't she married? What the does she know?
Go sit in my room and stare at the ceiling.
Literally.
If you don't have a guy taking you on a date that you actually like.
Yeah.
Okay, F off. I don't care.
Like, you're moving on.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll watch?
Yes.
Of course he'll watch.
I think he's always...
We're all going to watch you fail.
He's watching. As of now. And maybe...
And again, the only reason any of us are watching is because you're going to fail. We want to watch it.
It takes him to like someone new and focus on her, and then maybe it'll be different. I can't say. But
okay, well, now that you will be announced, they can finally start casting the men for your season. I want to walk through what your dream man is today, okay?
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
But actually be fine with like jeans and a strips. I'm like, hell yeah. So to me, just to have those foundations, and I do, everyone does. Any religion. We all make mistakes. We're all freaking human. To take what I take on now today, I was like, that's a good take on it. Like, you're right. Like, well, not the Book of Mormon is what I'm not reading in the...
Well, we're probably one.
Going home 9-1 either.
So he's getting the rose.
Yeah.
Okay, people, like you had mentioned, you don't need the guy to be Mormon, which I think a lot of people were probably wondering, right? Because you're on
I think you kind of do. To get to the celestial kingdom, you do need to be married with children.
a show called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and you are Mormon.
Yeah.
But
She's not Mormon. She's not even... I'm as Mormon as she is. Okay? Mormonism.
You have been criticized for not being Mormon enough because
She's not Mormon at all. Not Mormon enough. Not Mormon at all. Zero Mormonism. Okay? And that coming from a person who hates the Mormon religion, okay? Who thinks it's heretical and it's very detrimental to the world and it's greedy and disgusting and like absolutely ridiculous in its fundamental theology. It's so crazy that people believe some of the shit that comes out of that place. But she's none of it. Okay? She doesn't. But the fact that she's a dumbass actually does track with being a Mormon.
the way that you live your life
Cue the Mormons in my comments below.
publicly. What is your take on that?
So for me, I always say, I posted a TikTok and there was a comment saying like, hey, like you don't have to be in this cult religion to find happiness, because I'm in the video, I'm reading the Bible, and it's the Bible, not the Book of Mormon is what I'm not reading in the video. So just make that clear.
Okay. Mormons always talk about how they read the Bible, but they don't. Because if they read the Bible, it would discredit the entire Book of Mormon, and they do not discredit the entire Book of Mormon. Okay? They don't read the Bible. They just say they do. It's like a disguise. It's like how they get in. Oh, no, we read King James and we got the Bible. We believe in the Bible. No, you don't believe in the Bible. No, you don't. Don't even get me started.
So to me, just to have those foundations, and I do preferably want someone that, does believe in God, right? Because when you're raising your children, and it can get confusing when one doesn't and one doesn't. I do think about those things, and that's where also I'll try to get to know them and where they stand on that. But I'm up for hearing their side of it, because I have been also told, look, you believe so firmly in something and I can respect that, but there is also, I don't believe in it, and maybe you can respect that because
you don't believe in Mormonism either, Taylor, because everything that you do in your life is antithetical to any religion, regardless of what it is. You are selfish. You've been divorced. You have 2 baby daddies. You're a drunkard. You're a loser. You are literally the opposite of any, even if the Book of Mormon, which is false, probably has some things in there, the way that you need to live your life, and it's based on religion and patriarchy and everything else. Even in there, you don't adhere to any of the principles. None of them. So spare us all. And they're not going to bring Mormons onto the show, and if they will, he's the first to go.
Both don't have proof on it. And that's where faith comes in, right? I can't show you that it's real, but I can only believe, and that's faith. And then
you don't believe in shit, man.
Also, there's a point that he can't prove that it isn't, right?
If you believed, then why do you lead your life like this? I believe in the good Mormons. Let me throw a metal stool at my daughter in a drunken rampage.
And so I was like, that's a good take on it. Like, you're right. I can't prove anything, but I think the foundations of even Christianity is kind of all
Don't say Christianity. You are not a Christian. Don't. If a Mormon or an LDS person ever says, I'm a Christian, laugh at them in their face and spit a little when you laugh at them and get a little in their eye. Okay? Just laugh at them. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's all you have to say. Okay? Cool.
Just the love, family, service, all the basics is what I really care about, and how you treat other
Yeah, what service do you do?
people. I don't really care what religion you are. How do you treat other people? That is what I look at.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
As you're saying that, I'm curious, how has your family handled, obviously with the success of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the spotlight on you guys not being Mormon enough?
Really? I think for the
Mormon at all. Not Mormon enough. Can we stop pretending that any of these women are actually Mormon? Just because I go to the church doesn't mean shit. None of them are Mormon. Maybe the Afflecks, I'll give the Afflecks a little bit maybe, because she was still feeling guilty about going to the male strip club, but she still went. So can we stop? Again, I'm surprised the LDS church hasn't come forward and said, we don't know them. They don't go here.
Most part, well, obviously I have the thick skin that I do because of them, because I don't think be here today, right, with all of the criticism I've gotten, so.
You deserve all the criticism, by the way. It's not unfounded.
Well, they've made us very tough, and in a way of, yes, my mom was growing up very blunt and honest, and I think that's a good thing, because I was able to take what I take on now today, because I was always told the truth, even if it was the hard truth, right? And they were pretty lax. I think they're very, we just understand, people make mistakes, and people do all these things that Mormons say, oh, that's not how we live. That's not how. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Some of us do. It's just behind closed doors. You're not willing to show it. And that.
Wait, what? Yes, it is. This is how we live. We cheat our spouses. We do flings. We do ketamine. What do you mean? That's how we live. F off. No, you don't. You're not supposed to anyway. That's not. Oh my gosh, these people, man. Oh, it's exhausting listening to these. And these are the people that we've elevated to fame in our culture. Are we not ashamed? We should be ashamed. Our ancestors are looking down on us being like, you dickheads.
That's why it broke the freaking internet, because a lot of us do those things, but it was very image based. Like, this is how we live. We do know, oh yes, everyone does.
No, not everybody swings. No, not everybody gets in drunken rampage fights with their significant other. No, that's not how that's not even how regular people live. Even outside of religion, they don't have a friend group that all they do is tear each other down in side chats and in face-to-face things. That's not how anybody lives. That's you. What?
Any religion, we all make mistakes. We're all freaking human. We're no better than anybody else. But it pissed people off because it's like, but that's not what we believe in. Okay, it doesn't matter if I drink. That doesn't make me a bad person.
No, but it's against your religion. Your religion tells you not to drink. So, okay. Not what makes you a bad person is that you claim to be something and then you do the opposite of what it tells you to do. Like, when you don't get that.
If I smoke, if I take a sip of coffee, all the freaking rules, it doesn't make me less of a person than you. And
it makes you less of a Mormon than the other Mormons, though. That's what we're saying. We don't think this is called pivoting, right? She's like, doesn't make me less of a person. That's not what we said. You claim to be a Mormon, and yet you do those things, so therefore, you're not a Mormon. Liar.
Point of it, and I still stand by that.
Call her daddy is broad.
Shut up, bitch.
See, I think there's a difference between, but like, I would be like, okay, if we were like the only ones and we were dating and we had time, but
don't
pressured at that point in your life to get married.
Mm-hmm.
Do people in The Bachelor have sex? Like, did they have sex with multiple people? Is that a thing that goes on that show? Ugh. What if you spread something among everybody and they all leave with like chlamydia? Someone's gonna be blamed. Then the next show is like, who had chlamydia? And then it's like a show about who had chlamydia. I'd watch that.
Bachelorette obviously ends an engagement. How are you feeling about that? Like, realistically,
it's not gonna end.
Told what to do. That is something that I don't best for me. Like, someone that is like personality, fun, but so you can kind of feel it. Let's see, learning lesson, that's another one I learned, right? Don't open your marriage because it didn't end well. And whatever, if you have an open marriage, great. If you have your system down, great.
You learned your lesson, did you?
Don't judge on that either, because obviously.
Stop letting TikToks.
So, Rose.
I was going to say, like, maybe in the real world, if it's the first date, you're like, whoa, but you have, this guy may be like, this is the only one-on-one I'm going to get for weeks. I'm taking my shot. I got to let her know where I'm coming from. So I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. He's extremely supportive of your career, but won't be in your TikTok.
Career.
No, Rose.
No, Rose. He has to be in your TikToks. Okay. You just said it was a green flag. He didn't want to go on a reality television show to be dating. You said that was a green flag, but he has to be in your social media?
That's my life. That's my job. Like, if you.
So why can't he be private? Why can't you just be in love with somebody that wants to be private? Like, that's the selfish nature of this. That's why it's never going to work for you, Taylor. You're never going to find a guy, because the right guy for you would be the polar opposite of you. Okay, polar opposites attract, especially when you're this type of person. Okay, ADHD completely makes unhinged decisions. You need someone that's going to balance you, that's going to anchor you to reality. Okay, and if that person wants to be private, it's probably best. And you'd be like, he's just private, but he's my love of my life, and he keeps me grounded, blah, blah, blah. But you want somebody who's willing to go on your TikTok and be famous and be an influencer. That's the absolute opposite of what you need, because that's Dakota. Okay, and that didn't work out because Dakota was going for clout. Okay, you need somebody the opposite, but no one was willing to tell you that for some reason. And you know it's going to work with somebody who doesn't do it, but you just nope. You need red flags because you are a shit ass of a person who makes terrible decisions with your life.
Okay. Yeah, no, Rose.
You're like, absolutely not. Get in here and do the renegade.
No, like that. Okay, not to maybe that extent, but like, I do a lot of family vlogging, and that's.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
It's like what I share, and that's my kids, and I want.
Don't share your kids. Your kids are going to hate your ass. And you don't realize it because you make very impulsive decisions, or compulsive. I always get those mixed up. But for all the decisions that you've made, your children are going to grow up in those decisions that you've made, and then the reality that you've created. They are going to hate you. And I'm actually very, very impressed by your ex-husband not putting them on the internet and not getting in the spotlight, staying out of it, because he understands, probably, hopefully, that he's just trying to be a dad to his kids. And that's what he has now. You're not. You're being a selfish asshole the whole time. And you think your kids are going to want to be around you? None of these women who are on this show, who are in reality television, who are this, because you have to be a selfish, narcissistic douchebag to be able to do this. That's just the reality of these types of people. It is the reality. Okay? And the reality also is that your children will hate you. That's just the reality you live in. Okay? That's proven time and time again.
Him to be in my family, and if I have to like blur out him, I'm like, I want to show him off.
Yeah.
Do the women of Mom Talk need to approve of him?
Gives a F off.
Think about it.
It is a closure to a chapter of my life.
About heading into filming. Okay, love that for you. What are you most excited about heading into filming?
Money. Money.
Excited? I don't know. It's so
Money.
surreal. I think is my husband popping out of a limo here in a month?
No, he's not. It's not gonna happen.
Right? Like I have to think about that.
No, you don't, because it's not gonna happen.
Is this like, am I getting engaged like, to one of these men? Like,
No, not for real anyway. It's not gonna happen.
do I come home with a man?
No. Well, maybe. It's not gonna be good.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
Yes. Crazy.
about to go down. Your life is about to change.
Change
Forever.
forever.
You also have season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives coming out this fall.
Yes.
I know we have to be tight-lipped because we have to wait, but can you tell us anything about it?
It is a
A shit show.
closure
Oh, closure.
to a chapter of my life, but like it's like almost like a cliffhanger of like what
Shut
happened.
up.
No, and I don't think anyone who's to say will ever know. Cordial.
About you tuning into this season of The Bachelorette. There may be some people that are going to become new fans.
Maybe there are, and that came back through. I'm like,
Okay.
what am I doing?
I know I scrubbed through it, but they didn't talk about the arrest. Obviously, because they're not allowed to, because the ABC is like, no, you're not talking about the arrest. There's that. Unbelievable. If my wife doesn't like you, then you are a terrible person, okay? Because my wife likes everybody. That's like Justin Bieber's song. My mama don't like you. That's my wife, okay? My wife thinks everybody has some redeeming quality to them. She's a good person. She's an amazing nurse. And if she thinks that there's something wrong with you, I'm sorry for your loss, but you are a bad person, okay? Anyway, let's take a deep breath, everybody. Taylor Frankie asks, you're going to crash and burn on the show, and we're going to watch it, and we're going to snark on it, and it's going to be awesome, okay? But I don't understand how they are allowed to memory hole what you actually did. That's not fair, and I think everybody needs to talk about it. Let's continue to talk about that, okay? All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Don't forget you're amazing, incredible, and valuable. You deserve a life because you protect your kids, and you're an awesome person. Taylor Frankie Paul is not an awesome person. She's an asshole. I'll see you when I see you.